What is up, guys? Dalton H. Stokes here from Dalton H. Stokes Productions on YouTube, and coming at you with a video on this wonderful deck right here. This is commonly known as, or uncommonly known as, Emeria Control, or it's also known as Sun Titan Control or Titan Control. This is the Azorius build of it. There's also this is a pretty much a brew, but it's kind of a cult following deck. There are a couple popular, or not popular, but lively forums on this deck. Like most under the radar decks, not many people have seen this deck to date. I think it's a very versatile deck. It has its rough shell, but you can kind of fill in however you like to play. I personally like to play a more controlling game. I typically don't play this kind of control, which is what a lot of people call tap out control, and it's called tap out control because you tap out. Oops. Ha. You tap out for pretty much every turn to play something. Very seldomly do you ever really leave up mana, unless it's like one to Path Exile. But there's also tons of different tech for this deck. This is the list so far. I'm editing as I go. I'm trying to see what I think is best and what I think is best in the format right now. But overall, I think this deck is positioned fairly well in the format. I think it matches up well against a lot of popular decks right now. And it tends to hose especially certain matchups. Like, so far, I've had a pretty good matchup against Pyromancer, which is a lot of thanks to cards like Mortar Pod. I feel like my last list had a little bit more, or a little bit better of a game against Pyromancer. It didn't have the spreading seas. The original deck list that I'm operating off of, and I've been tweaking off of since, also ran a lot three to four Pilgrim's Eyes, no spreading seas, 4 lone missionaries, no reflector mages, Ojutai's Command. I'm really considering taking Ojutai's Command out. I'm liking it a lot more now that I have Kami of False Hope. But there are also a lot of cards that you wouldn't usually see in Modern, like the one I just pointed out, Kami of the False Hope, or of False Hope. Kami's really good, I've noticed in this deck, and I think I'm going to continue to play him. I don't see myself taking him out at any time. He's basically a fog on a stick. You can keep sacrificing him, bring him back with Ojutai's Command or Sun Titan, and I just think he's great. I think he's great against because there's multiple aggro decks, very aggressive decks running around in Modern. There's Hollow One, there's Humans, there's Dredge, the Bridge from Below Dredge decks, and all of those are decks that swing for like 1 million on like turn 5. So having a fog effect that you can bring back and even use to get in for early damage can be very helpful in this deck. I'm also thinking about cutting the Mortar Pods. One card I've been looking at for this deck is Gideon of the Trials. I saw another YouTuber playing him, and it seemed to work really well. Right now, Mortar Pod is looking like the next thing I'm going to cut. The original list also didn't run Phantasmal Image. I've noticed that Phantasmal Image tends to be pretty fantastic in this deck, along with Reflector Mage. I think Reflector Mage is really good. So right now, I think the weak links are Mortar Pod and Ojutai's Command. If you don't know what Ojutai's Command does, it's basically a worse Cryptic Command, but better for this deck. It's two generic and one white and one blue, and then you get to choose two, like a Tarkus command or Kolaghan's command. But you can gain 4 counter target creature spell, draw a card, or return target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. This was used when it was in standard. A lot of people figured out a combo with this and Jace, mini Jace, the Vryn's Prodigy, the one that flips. But right now, the deck also runs Court Hussar, which is a not very played card. Basically, when it enters the battlefield, you anticipate, but also it's its own sack outlet if you want it to be. A lot of times you can't help, especially early, you can't help but cast it for white, but if you don't cast it for white, it sacks itself on ETB. So, at certain times in this deck, you really need sack outlets to keep your Sun Titan going, to keep feeding your Sun Titan triggers. That's another thing that the Mortar Pod's for. Originally, I was also running 1 Flicker Wisp. I amped it up to 3 because, I mean, it's just a great card. It puts pressure on Planeswalkers. It puts pressure on life totals. I found dropping 1 turn like 3 or 4 against Death Shadow seems to do really good because they tend to be at like 3 life. Or, well, not 3 life, but, you know, very low life. They tend to be around 8 to 10, maybe as high as 14 at turn 4 or 5. But they tend to be lower than that, around 10. So having throwing down a Flicker Wisp and then just disrupting their creatures with things like Detention Sphere, Kami. Kami's really good against that deck because they just swing in for big damage with a couple creatures. They don't really grind you. They just kind of aggro you out. And, yeah, so this is the deck. I think after this, I'm going to do some pretty heavy editing. I think I'm going to take out some cards that... I've always really liked Ojutai's Command as a card, but I think it becomes a little awkward sometimes. So I think I'm going to take it out as well. But without further ado, I guess I'll go ahead and get to playing. So thank you guys for watching the deck tech. Alright guys, welcome to game 1. I'm going to go ahead and search for an opponent. I really enjoy playing this deck. I also, I played a tournament yesterday on here, and I lost every single game, so it was very unfortunate. I played against a lot of decks that I'd never seen before. I played against this weird Abzan Super Friends deck. Threw me off guard. It was playing Enlisted Worm with Cascade into, I don't know, it was just really grindy. It was cool. I enjoyed playing against it, but I also timed myself out, which made me realize that I have a lot of issues with conserving time on MTGO. Yep. Definitely like to go first. Definitely can't keep this hand, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this is a much more keepable hand. I think Spreading Seas coming in for... Because I took out Spreading Seas. I don't think I want a Lone Missionary. I think I want to bottom that. I think I want more lands. Then I'll play this tapped. Well, that was probably a mistake, but I want to play Spreading Seas next turn as opposed to playing Kami this turn. So I think that's more important because I can get a 3rd land drop into Court Hussar. Kami of the False Hope tends to be a card you don't really necessarily need turn 1, even though it's a 1-drop. It's nice to play it turn 1 because you have it out and you, but they can also play around it. So it looks like we're playing against Death Shadow. What colors of Death Shadow is yet to be found out. All you do is look at the top card of your target player's library. Do you want to look at mine? And then he's going to Thought Seize me, probably hitting Spreading Seas. Which I'm not going to say I'm happy about, but... Because Spreading Seizing that land would have been nice. Cutting him off of black right now. This deck is pretty... I think this deck is pretty weak against hand disruption. He might take Court Hussar, but I don't think he should. Yeah, I think Spreading Seas was definitely... So do I also draw? I think I do. Oh, guess not. Mishra's Bauble. I'm going to draw a card at the beginning of the next... Yeah, okay, so he just draws. That's fine. Alright, I don't think he's going to Blood Moon me or do any kind of weird land disruption, so I'm just going to get a Plains to contribute to my Plains account for Emeria. And now I have a clock, so I feel pretty good about that. And this is Death Shadow, which is an extremely aggressive deck. Having life gain against it seems great. But I feel like my match is... Ooh, never mind. I feel like my match just got a whole lot worse. He took Path to Exile, which I'm kind of okay with, because I think I'd rather have a Kami. He's going to play a 3/3 Death Shadow. And that doesn't allow me to attack. I think I'm going to get another basic Plains to activate my Prairie Streams. My other Prairie Stream, I should say. I also don't want to take damage right now, especially against this deck. It's just super aggressive. Mortar Pod, Field of Ruin. I kind of like Field of Ruin right now. I think Verdict might be good, but I definitely need another land for Verdict to be good. So I'm going to get Field of Ruin. Because it doesn't hinge on... its goodness, or its effectiveness doesn't hinge on me drawing something else. And then I definitely can't attack into a 3/3. That's just bad. So I'm going to pass turn. This deck is what they call tap out control, which basically just means that you're able to control the game on your turn instead of most traditional control decks leaving mana open on the opponent's turn to respond to them. This deck's still pretty reactionary though. Okay, he's got a 6/6, so I'm definitely just going to chump. And hit OK. See if he does second main. Does he play another one? That would be bad. Gurmag Angler. Okay, we have a Phantasmal Image, which is interesting because we could have it enter as a Kami or as a Court Hussar. So we could effectively anticipate right now. I think I kind of want to do that. Yeah, definitely want to do that. And then we'll see what we do from there. And then I don't know how the trigger works, but I think since I'm casting it for white, it shouldn't sack itself. You know, or I could just copy Gurmag Angler. That wouldn't be terrible. Having a 5/5 right now seems kind of good. It effectively stops his Gurmag Angler from attacking me. No, I think I want it to be a Court Hussar. I think I want to get the Anticipates. the card advantage. I can just play a Kami and absorb all that damage next turn. Spreading Seas, Detention Sphere, or Flicker Wisp. I can't really Spreading Seas him off of any color now. Flicker Wisp is good. I think I'm just going to get a Detention Sphere. I mean, I think that's definitely the best play. Let's see if it... No, it doesn't sack itself. Okay. So, I'm going to play my Field of Ruin, and then I'm just going to play Kami, and then pass the turn. As you can see, I have a stop on the end of the block step, so I can sack to Kami. He's going to Faithless Looting. I think I want to keep up priority just because he might try to kill my Kami. Okay. No blocks. Sack Kami. I mean, if you notice that, I just basically time locked him. He got a draw, and he played a Faithless Looting, but his attacks didn't do anything. I mean, it's just really good. He's going to play a land and then pass. Ooh, I have 2 D-Spheres now. That seems really good. So if I tap 2, Field of Ruin him. I guess I could have cut him off of a color with Spreading Seas if I had, since I had Field of Ruin. But I don't think it's really that relevant. I think I'd rather kill his creatures than his lands right now. I think they're more pressing. So I think I definitely need to get rid of the Death Shadow. I think that's more of a threat than the Gurmag Angler. Oh, is he going to Stubborn Denial? Feels bad. Okay. Well, now we just pass. We don't... Well, that was a mistake. I should have got in for 2. I would have made Death Shadow bigger, which really isn't a problem. He'd be at 5. Yeah, he would lose over 25% of his health, or around 25%. That was bad of me. He's gonna Faithless Looting. He's gonna discard. He's gonna play a Bobble. I could take it. I mean, I'd take 11 damage, beat 11. No, I think I'm gonna chump. Yep. Alright. Drew into a land that I don't need. I don't know if I want to shock it. I could Field of Ruin him. If I Field of Ruin, I'll get a Plains, have the Plains untapped, and then I can play Hollow. Yeah. I can't really cut him off of black. I can try and cut him off of red or blue. I think I'd rather cut him off of blue. Yeah. So I'm going to Field of Ruin his only open blue source. Then he can't Stubborn Denial me. Now he's going to float a black. That's good for me, I think. Okay. And I'm going to go Plains. I'm going to have to shock here, but I'm not that worried about it. He got an island, which is kind of gross. He may just have the Stubborn Denial, but I don't think I have a choice. I also think he's up. He knows what I'm up to, trying to... Let's see if he has it. If he has it, I will be very upset. He's gonna... So he doesn't have it. He's cycling Street Wraith in response to try and dig for it. If he drew it, that would be ridiculous. Okay. It looks like he's letting it resolve. Cool. Now we'll definitely take Death Shadow and pass the turn. Man, if I had got in, he would be at 3 right now. Can't believe I didn't attack. Okay, so he's really drawing nothing right now. He's gonna get in for 5, which isn't great, but it's still looking okay for us. I mean, he has us on a 4-turn clock though, which isn't great. Let's see what we draw here. I really don't want to do this, but I think I have to. Can't Stubborn Denial that. I'm going to pass turn. He's going to Snapcaster in a turn. Okay. And then he's going to target Thought Scour. Wow, that sucks. I wish I could. I would have waited an extra turn just to get that Snapcaster. Then again, I would have taken 7 next turn, which doesn't feel the greatest. I would be at 9, no, 8. So I think I made the right play. I played what my deck gave me, and that's really all I could do. Okay, this is actually a pretty good top deck. Because I get a blocker that stops his creature. And I get another card off of it. So I think that was actually one of our best draws. Let's see what we get. Island, Emeria, Flicker Wisp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have 5. I think I want to keep the Flicker Wisps in case he plays another Death Shadow. I think that is actually a really good play. Or that would be a really good play. Because right now he doesn't have any pressure on me. I'm not under any kind of pressure to play that right now. I just want to wait and see what he plays. I could play it, but if he plays another Death Shadow, I'm definitely going to play it. 1 mana. What do he play? Oh, he Fatal Pushed it. Okay. Well, that's gross. I mean, that's not what we really want to see, but it's not the worst thing in the world. He's at 4 life. Me having a creature is really bad for him. I might just jam Flicker Wisp next turn and kill him in 2 turns. Have him on a 2-turn clock. Hard. He has 3 cards in hand. Lots of cards in graveyard. So he's got an exile. A Bobble, Street Wraith, Faithless Looting, lands. He's down. He's got all 4 Thought Scours out. 2 Stubborn Denials. I don't know how many he plays. Okay, he's moving to combat. And he's taken a while. Okay. Land was really not what I wanted to see here. I think I'm going to play Flicker Wisp and just blink a land, just because it's a creature. And it puts him on a 2-turn clock, which just might win us the game. It would be on a 1-turn clock if I had hit him for 2 earlier with the Court Hussars. We'll just untap a land, just for the shits and giggles of it. And then Ooh. He had the dismember. That's gross. Feels bad. Now if he plays a Death Shadow, I'm going to feel really bad. But we got... Ooh. That was like one of the best draws we could have possibly had. I think he just scoops to that. Now I'm going to get back Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp is such a good combo with Sun Titan. Because you can get back Flicker Wisp. Obvious. I mean, I'm sure this is obvious to most of you. Get back Flicker Wisp. Use Flicker Wisp to blink Sun Titan, getting back another creature. He exiles till end of turn. You pass. He comes back in, get another trigger, and think I'm going to get a Phantasmal Image, copy the Sun Titan, and get another trigger. Use Sun Titan's ability. Yep. Choose a creature on the battlefield for Phantasmal Image. Now I get another trigger. See, that was just busted. And then I'm going to D-Sphere. Use Sun Titan's ability. Yes. Now we're going to take his Snapcaster. In case he does something to fuck up our creatures. Looks like he's going to Fatal Push. Okay. The Phantasmal Image. He just targeted it, so that was enough to kill it. But yeah, he didn't draw anything. Wow, that felt really good. I think this is probably the best main board configuration that I've had so far. So right now, I feel like Celestial Purge is definitely in. I feel like that hits. I think that hits all of their creatures. I don't think I have enough information to bring in Disenchant. I don't know if he's gonna bring in Leyline of the Void. He probably will. I don't even know if I want to bring in Ghostly Prisons, because he only attacks with one or two creature. I think I'm going to leave Ghostly Prison in. I'm going to bring in a Disenchant. Well, I don't know. Let's see if we get blown out by, what's it called? And then we'll figure that out from there. Definitely don't want to... I think Mortar Pods are not good here. Because usually you want to use Mortar Pods against like things like Snapcaster, which he has Snapcasters, but those aren't really the main threats. I think I'm good with this. Yeah, I think I'll try this and see, because I mean game one went really well for us. I think this deck is pretty geared to deal with his kind of deck, so well, I think I'm forced to keep this hand almost. This deck doesn't mulligan terribly well, so I'm gonna keep it. I might have taken it, but I have a Supreme Verdict, which makes me feel a lot better about everything. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, he's gonna cycle Street Wraith. Play another Mishra's Bauble. Sack the Mishra. He's going to be drawing 2 on his upkeep. Back up to 7. Or on my upkeep, I should say. Land. Fetch, Shock, down to 15. Thought Scour. Oof. That's good. Now you can take Supreme Verdict, and we have a pretty much dead hand. Okay, D-Sphere is a lot better. D-Sphere is a really good draw. Hopefully he doesn't have any more hand disruption. I could see arguments that I was supposed to play Emeria there, but I think contributing to our playing count before playing Emeria, ooh, that's absolutely brutal. That is absolutely brutal. No, he just takes D's Fair. I hope he takes Flicker Wisp. I mean, no. Flicker Wisp can be a blocker though. Nile Spellbomb. Yeah. I think I really just want to go after his mana base now. Don't want to do that this turn though. Ooh. So he's going to play a Snapcaster Mage and then Thoughtseize me again, taking the Flicker Wisp. That is disgusting. He's going to put himself down to 7. He's at 2 cards. He's going to take the Flicker Wisp. He really has to hope that we don't draw anything, though, like that. I mean, that's kind of a killer to him right now. I'm going to play the Field of Ruin because I want to Field of Ruin him next turn. If it will let me. What's going on? There we go. Guess we're lagging a little bit. Shit. Cancel. Cancel. Oh my god. I hate this. I hate lagging on here. It's literally the worst. Alright. Cortazar. And let's see what we get. Cortazar was like almost a perfect draw. Because his only threat on the board, it blocks his threat on the board without trading. And it has vigilance, so I can attack each turn and have a clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I kind of want the Path to Exile. Because he has the Nile Spellbomb. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Yeah, I think I want the Path to Exile to path any threats that he throws down. I don't think Sun Titan is particularly effective right now. I mean, having a 6/6 would be good, but we can draw another one once turn 6 rolls around. I mean, we have 3 more draws before then, so I think we're good. He's also down to 7 life, so attacking with Cortazar is actually a pretty effective clock. He can attack with Snapcaster, so he's gonna go ahead and pop Nile Spellbomb. He wants the card more than he wants to wait on me to put something interesting in my graveyard, which I'm actually fine with. He's gonna Inquisition me and get the path, but that still means that he doesn't have anything. I don't think. I think he's still grasping at straws. Okay. I think the Field of Ruin draw was actually pretty good. I'm going to go ahead. Field of Ruin. I think I want to take him off blue more than I want to take him off anything. I mean, taking him off red's good too. I haven't seen too many red cards. Faithless Looting would be a dead card, but then so would any blue card. So I think I'm going to Field of Ruin. I think I can double Field of Ruin this turn anyway. Or maybe I can't. No, I can't. But I can certainly Ghost Quarter him. And then I'll still have 6 lands for Sun Titan. He got... Okay. Now let's Ghost Quarter the Bloodstained Mire. Oh, did he fail to find? Ooh, that is really good for us. Maybe I should have Ghost Quartered... Oh, I probably should have Field of Ruined the Blood Script instead of Ghost Quartering it next turn. Because now I could have hit a basic with the field or with the Ghost Quarter. But that's okay. Alright, let's go to combat, swing, and then just in turn. And now we know that his paths don't get anything for him. Let's see what he's going to do. I guess he's going to Fatal Push. He needed the Revolt. No? Guess not. Oddly enough, he's taking... Okay. So now I can play Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin the Blood Crypt. Yeah, so... Float the white, Field of Ruin, target the Blood Crypt. It's just going to be a wasteland for me right now. That gets me a card, that gets me a Plains, thins my deck. And then, well, Spreading sees his only black source on board. And we'll draw. He's gonna lightning bolt it. Okay. I mean, he doesn't have me on an impressive clock right now at all. If he plays a Death Shadow, I'll be in big trouble, though. If he has the mana to play a Death Shadow, that is. But he probably still has plenty of Shocklands to get with that Bloodstained Mire. A Ghost Quarter here I think would be our best draw, to be honest with you. Or a Sun Titan. Though I can't play Sun Titan next turn, I'll be able to play it the turn after. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has anything. A Wall of Omens is a good draw here too. I'm going to play my tapped Emeria, and then play my Wall of Omens. 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 planes right now. But that's okay. Alright. Another Wall of Omens. So now even if he kills my Wall of Omens, I have 2. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this game now with these 2 draws. Another Prairie Stream. Well, we're definitely contributing to our planes count in our hand. 1, 2, 3. We have 6 planes total. He's going to get a Watery Grave. Still has black. A Spreading Seas would be a really good draw here. He's going to play another Snapcaster. Is he going to Inquisition us? That would be funny. He's targeting Inquisition. And he's going to get nothing with it. Which feels hilarious. Oh, a D-Sphere is a perfect draw. Now he has no threats on board. If he had a Bolt in hand, he could... No, he doesn't even have red mana. He doesn't have any mana untapped, to be honest. or to be accurate. Alright, now we're just passing. I think we've got this game in the bag. He drew a Mishra's Bobble, which I don't care because he doesn't draw a turn. He doesn't draw a card this turn. He's gonna do it. Is he gonna look at my hand, my deck? Okay. Ooh, a Reflector Mage. I think I'm gonna play it and bounce. Oh no, it's only opponent's control. I'm just gonna play it anyway. I need a clock on board right now. If I draw a Flicker Wisp, I can flicker it to bounce whatever they have. Oh, and I should play a land. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5. Coming on 6. If I draw another Plains, wouldn't even be a bad draw right now. Alright, he got a Death Shadow, which isn't the best for us. It would have felt a lot better to Reflector Mage the Death Shadow, because then next turn I could have gotten him for 2. But we got another Plains. And I'm not really worried about the Death Shadow because I have 3 chump blockers. And at the same time, if he attacks with Death Shadow, I don't really think it'll be that good for him because I'll get in for half of his life with the Reflector Mage. So unless he plays another creature here that can block the Reflector Mage, I don't think it's even smart for him to attack with Death Shadow. Really making this hard on him, yeah. He didn't even attack. Yep. Well, that's a hilarious draw. Now on the next upkeep, we'll get an Emeria trigger. We have 4, 5, 7, and I can Celestial Purge his Death Shadow. He'll probably scoop to that. Well, he didn't scoop to it. I raise my hat to him. Or tip my hat to him. That's the correct expression. Oh, he has a Fatal Push. Okay. Not the end of the world. I'm just gonna get it back on my next upkeep. I would have felt worse about it if he passed it. I have 2 triggers, so I can Court Hussar. I can get Reflector Mage and Court Hussar. And then Court Hussar will sack itself because it's not being cast with white mana. This is actually the first time one of the first times I've used Emeria. Usually you don't get long enough in the game to use it. Yeah. Okay. Triggers. Okay. Okay, yeah, he just scooped. Okay, well, we 2-0'd. Next game. Hopefully we can keep this momentum. All right, we found a match. All right. I think we lost the die roll. Yeah, we lost the die roll. This is actually a pretty decent hand. Not stellar about it with the two Sun Titans in the opening hand, but not the worst hand. Definitely not the worst hand I've ever had. So I'm gonna keep it. I think, ooh, it's gonna be burn. So he's gonna get in some early damage here, especially since he's going first. Okay, never mind. Cycling Street Wraith. Guess it's not burn. Faithless looting. So is this... This could be... I don't think it's Hollow One. Flame Wake Phoenix. Beginning your combat. If you control a creature... Okay, so it's a ferocious ability. I'm going to play the Emeria first, because that absolutely enters tapped. I don't think I really care about my planes count right now. I don't think I'm going to consistently draw planes. I think... Yeah. I don't think that's incorrect. Last game it didn't really matter. Made a lot more sense. But this turn I'm going to fetch a plains, Wall of Omen, and then play another plains, and then I'll have my Prairie Stream up. Okay, so this is looking like Dredge. Plains, Wall of Omen. We're gonna get the trigger, see what we get. I wouldn't even mind a land. Another Wall of Omens isn't terrible either. Blockers against this deck is really good because it's basically, if it's the deck I think it is, it's like basically just a Bridge from Below deck. They basically just try and get Bridge from Below in their graveyard and then trigger it as many times as they can with sack outlets and like Viscerous Seer and other things like that. He's going to attack and I'm definitely going to block. Can I block? I think I can. If I can, that's fine. Illegal block, yeah. Okay, it has menace, so I can't block. Reset blockers. 6. I'll play another Wall of Omens and I can definitely block. So he got him for 1 damage, which I'm not that worried about. Yeah, and he's just gonna sack it anyway. Okay, and then he's gonna play another one. Don't want the path. Don't want to use path right now. I'm going to go ahead and thin my deck before I draw with Wall of Omen. Get another basic plan. Wall of Omen. Got another Wall of Omen. Okay. I'm good now. Definitely winning the blocking game. Yeah, he's just going to sack it. He gets to discard a card off that, which is pretty good. Ooh, this is the one with Vengevine. Huh. That kind of sucks. He's going to cycle a Street Wraith. He's down to 3 cards in hand. I feel like this is the less effective version. Vexing Devil? I feel like this is the less effective version of this deck. This is the Vengevine. I don't even think I've seen a Bridge from Below. It might not be a Bridge from Below deck. I think it will be, though. It's kind of a more aggro deck. Okay, I'm not worried about that card at all. Whenever you cycle or discard, it gets +1/+0. I don't think he's going to cycle 4 cards, or 3 cards in a turn, so I think my Wall of Omens are fine. Okay, now he has a Vengevine, which I definitely want to path the Vengevine. And in response to the trigger, we're going to level the Vengevine. That'll put that in exile. I don't care about him getting another land. And then he won't be able to get Vengevine back if he ever tries. Trigger. Now I'm just going to block each of them. Well, this one has Menace. So I can't block both of them. So I'm just going to block one. I actually think he could cycle in response to, or before damage. So I think I want to block this one. This one's not getting any bigger. Not too terribly bent up about taking 2 either. I could hold up an Ojitize command, but I don't have anything to get out of the graveyard. I could draw a card, counter, but I think I'm in a good position here. And he's a great blocker. He basically keeps Reckless Bushwhacker from attacking at all. So I think I'm going to play the Court Hussar. And Supreme Verdict, Ghost Quarter, Emeria. I really don't want any of these cards, to be honest. I could Supreme Verdict before I Sun Titan. So I think I'm going to take Supreme Verdict. Any order, and then yield to this trigger. And then we don't have another land drop, so we can't play Wall of Omens. So we pass. Unfortunately, they have a 1-2, which can block our Court Hussar without dying. If he was a 2-1, I'd feel a lot better about the Court Hussar. He's got Faithless Looting. Okay. Got 2 power. See if he can give it a third. If he gives it a third, oh, okay, this is Hollow One deck. Hollow One dot deck. So he's gonna play Hollow One, and now he gets the Phoenix triggers. Definitely gonna Wrath next turn. Do they get haste, I wonder? I think they do. Oh, he didn't have the mana to pay for them. And beginning of combat, on your turn if you control. Yeah. Oh, and it does have haste, yeah. So he's deciding whether he wants to declare attackers. He's not going to. Yeah, now I'm just going to trash the board. Definitely glad I drew that Supreme Verdict. I guess I should have attacked, but it was kind of just not worth it. And now he's emptied his hand, pretty much his graveyard. I'm feeling pretty good about this game. Because I think I got him on the sweeper. Or the board wipe, whatever you want to call it. And now I have plenty of stuff in the graveyard to get back with Ojitize Command or Sun Titan. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to hold up to play a Wall of Omens and play Ojitize Command. So I think I'm just going to play Wall of Omens. Yeah, and then I can hold up a path, which I'm not too mad about. And I can also draw into a land, which I did, and now I can hold up Path or Ojitize Command. So now let's see what he does. Definitely going to get a Prairie Stream off this Flooded Strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think off of Sun Titan, I think I'm going to get the Flooded Strand back. Or maybe Court Hussar. Probably Court Hussar, actually. Maybe Wall of Omens. He's playing a Vexing Devil. 2 cards in hand. I think I'm going to go ahead, counter target creature spell, and return a Wall of Omens. Ah shit, I gotta cancel. Gotta fetch first. Wait. Return target creature, counter, yep, that's it. Wall of Omens, counter target. There we go. Then we get the Wall of Omens trigger, draw into a Field of Ruins, which isn't the worst draw. Gets me another plains. I can start Fields of Ruining down with Sun Titan and keep getting plains with it. I think that's a better plan than continuing to get the fetch. Hooting Mandrill. So he's going to get the Vengevine. And Hooting. Wow, I really wish I didn't counter the other creature. Ugh. They all get haste now? Yeah. Oh. He doesn't have the mana to pay for the phoenixes, though. I don't think this is terrible for me. I think I'm just going to double block these two. Or I'm going to block these each. Block. Okay, we're good. The wall of them are going to die, but that's really not the biggest problem. Detention Sphere is a good draw. We have 6 mana now. I think I should get a Wall of Omens to use as a blocker. Which will also give me card advantage. Wish I had a Flicker Wisp in the graveyard. That'd feel so much better. I'd probably get the Flicker Wisp and then re-trigger Sun Titan and get a land to start getting Emeria online. Drew an Island. Definitely gonna play Field of Ruin. And then pass the turn. I think I'm in a really good position right now. I don't think he has any kind of removal. He definitely doesn't have any black, so. He does have Flamewake Phoenixes, though. Which isn't the best for me. I think I'm going to end up de-sphering both of those. He's probably only going to attack with them, so he doesn't lose a creature. Yeah. I figured that's what he would do. So if you're going to attack with, I obviously can't block them. Ooh, a Flicker Wisp. So what I think I do here is... Wait a second, I had another Flicker Wisp? Whoops. Huh. What I think I do here is attack with Sun Titan, get back another Wall of Omens. I don't think I want Court Hussar right now, just because I think having as many blockers as possible will be productive, and I still get a draw off of it. I still get card advantage. And then I'm going to Flicker Wisp and Sun Titan and get another one back, or a Court Hussar this time, and de-sphere both of these. Maybe even Field of Ruin. I think I'll... So if I tap 2, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 mana left. That leaves 2 for Flicker Wisp, then I can get back a land. Okay, I think this works out for me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and Field of Ruin. Get a plains. 2. I have 5, 6 plains. 1 more will give me 7. And then I'm going to begin combat. Attack with this, and then I'm going to path. Well, should I attack? If he blocks everything, I can only path one of them and it'll still die. My Sun Titan will die. Then again, I have another Sun Titan, and I'm going to have Emeria online, so I don't really care. I'm going to trigger, get a Field of Ruin. Did I accidentally click on the wall of them? No? Okay. Yup. Then, if I do this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, which won't be enough to Flicker Wisp. 4, 5, 6, yeah. So I'm going to cancel that. I may just let them kill the Sun Titan. Or, well, no, I want to play Flicker Wisp on the Sun Titan. Let's see what he does for blocks. He's going to be thinking about this. He's not going to block it. Okay. I'm definitely okay with that. So, okay. He's going to take 2, or go down to 2. Then we're going to play Flicker Wisp. Target Sun Titan. Okay. I'm going to play my land. Detention Sphere. Wait. What? That's aggravating. I don't know how I tapped that wrong, but target the Flame Lake Phoenix. Having up the path felt a lot better. But I'm really not that worried about it because I'm going to have an ass ton of blockers. So I think this is working out really well for me. Yeah, we'll lose the mana. It's all cool. Flicker Wisp will come, or Sun Titan will come back in, untapped, which he wasn't tapped in the first place. And then we'll get another Wall of Omens, having enough blockers to block all his creatures. And we want to, yes, draw a card, Supreme Verdict. I mean, honestly, I would play a Supreme Verdict right now. Next turn, I will Supreme Verdict. Yeah, he's just going to scoop because he can't win. But I would have Supreme Verdict next turn. I probably would have just went in for the kill, but that would probably be more effective. Okay, so against this deck, Ghostly Prison seems really great. He seems like a Leyline of the Void deck, so I'm going to bring in Disenchants, Celestial Purge. I didn't see really any significant... I don't think there's enough red or black permanents that he's going to have to justify it. Definitely going to bring in Tormod's Crypt, though. Yeah, I think that's all I want to board in. I want to board out Mortar Pods. I think Spreading Seas are going to be really good against him. Court Hussars don't seem to do anything great on the board, so I think I'm going to take them out. I think I might also want to take out Ojutai's commands because they're kind of slow. Yeah. Then I think I'm good. I'm going to submit with that. Ojutai's command is also one of those cards that's kind of clunky. Ooh, this is actually a really great hand. I am very excited about this hand. Definitely going to play Emeria first. I'm going to keep it. I think he went, yeah, he's definitely going first. So I'm running out of time. Oh, he got a Leyline of the Void, which is definitely bad for us, but not the worst. I'll definitely bring in, what's it called? So it is the Bomat Courier build. Okay. I really like the Ghost Quarter draw. Then I think I'm going to play Field of Ruin next turn. Maybe, I don't know. It's a little bit of a slow hand. Then I can't play the Ghostly Prison. Definitely think I want to jam the Ghostly Prison as quickly as possible. I can play the Wall of Omens after the fact. Actually, I think the Wall of Omens will be better because it can block, and it'll give me a draw, which I can draw into an untapped land for next turn. So I think I'm going to play the Wall of Omen. I have the Tormod's Crypt. I don't know if I play it just yet. Then again, I was punished really hard for doing that. I got the Tormod's Crypt Thought Seized out of my hand, which didn't feel great. I drew the Disenchant, which is an awesome draw. I'm going to go ahead and play the Tormod's Crypt. And then 6. He doesn't seem to play much black, so I don't think he's going to Thought Seize me. But just in case. I don't think it's bad. Okay. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. 5, 5, 5. Oh, that was terrible. He passed turn and I hit 6 to F6 until end of turn. Oh, that's so gross. I guess I can just disenchant on the end of his turn. It'd still be an okay turn. Wow, that really feels bad. Feels really, really bad. Okay. Okay. Let me draw spreading. Ah, I forgot that. Wow, I'm doing really bad. Playing really bad Magic right now. I think I'm just going to go ahead and disenchant. And get that out of the way. And pass the turn. Man. I could have played a Spreading Seas instead. He's got a hollow one engrave. He's not doing too great right now. Seems like he's kind of fizzling. I didn't even know this deck played these. I guess it makes sense though. Burning Tree Emissaries. Okay, so he's gonna Faithless Looting. I'm getting to the point where I might Tormod's Crypt. Set him off of Gurmag Angler and to get rid of his Faithless Looting. He also has a Flamewake Phoenix and a Vengevine in hand. If he does anything, I'm sacking. If he tries to cast a creature, I'm definitely... Okay. He's doing something. He's casting Hollow One. And I'm going to Tormod's Crypt in response. Did he play another Hollowed One? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Flicker Wisp isn't the worst draw in the world. Their They're 4/4s. I think I'm gonna play Ghostly Prison. Play Ghostly Prison. I think I'm gonna Ghost Quarter one of his mountains. I think I'm just gonna start trying to go after his mana base. Though I think this deck runs a lot of basics, so I think I'm gonna hold on that. Then again, having 4 mana, it doesn't seem very advantageous right now. I think I'm just gonna go for it. Balls deep. See if he gets a land. If he fails to find, I'm just gonna... Okay, you got a forest. I think he plays more red than anything, so I think I'm gonna Field of Ruin his Stomping Ground next turn, and then Spreading Seas. Okay. Alright, I'm good for this turn. In fact, I think I'm gonna look up a deck list. Okay. Well, I'm really regretting Ghostly Prisoning, or I don't have any white or blue mana. Wow. Okay then. On the good side, he didn't have enough mana to do both. Play attack with Hollowed One and play Blood Moon, which means Ghostly Prison is definitely being effective right now. I really wish I could have Ghost Quartered my Prairie Stream or my Field of Ruin though. Ooh, that is really, really bad for us. I think we're gonna lose this game. I think if I had just got the island, I think it would have been okay. Or had the Ghost Quarter up to Ghost Quarter my own land and get an island. I think I would have been a-okay. If I draw into an island, I don't think drawing into a plane's great, but I think drawing into an island's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to 6. See what he does from here. If I get a blue, I can Spreading Seas him off of green. I'm definitely not going to Spreading Seas him off of red. I think I might take Spreading Seas out against this deck. Next game. I'm going to block one of these. I actually may block this in hopes of soaking up 6 damage rather than just 4. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Puts me down to 5. Doesn't feel the best either, but no, we can't cast anything. I think we just concede. Yeah, we conceded that. Okay. So now this game, we're definitely bringing in Celestial Purges. I think I also want the Corsair back because I want as many blockers as possible. And then I think I'm just going to take out all my Spreading Seas. Because I don't see Spreading Seas as a good card against him. He pretty much only plays 1 color spells. And marginally a 2nd color. And he has tons of basics in deck. I just don't think it's an effective card against him. It draws me a card which I like, but I think I like all my other sideboard cards better. I'd rather draw them than something that was going to draw me into them. Seems like he's struggling to sideboard. I mean, I could even bring in Ojutai's Command, but I think I'd rather have everything that's in here as opposed to that. Would you like to play first? Absolutely. Hopefully we get a good hand this time. Okay, this is actually a pretty good hand. Tormod's Crypt, whole thing. Alright, we're gonna keep it. Could end up going bad for us though. I also like Disenchant in this matchup. Ooh, yes, we have a Celestial Purge target already. Okay. Just gonna play this tap. I probably should have played the Prairie Stream tapped. That was probably a mistake. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Okay. Faithless Looting, I think? No, Bumat Courier, okay. Just gonna get in there for one. Perfect. Play the Tormod's Crypt. Play this. And then Celestial Purge. I actually think I'm gonna do that on his instep. See what he does. If he Blood Moons, I might just take the Blood Moon with the Celestial Purge. I don't think he's going to though. He got me in an awkward position last time with the Blood Moon, but I don't think he could do that again. Can't block. See what he does second main. Burning Tree Emissary. Ooh. So I definitely sack in response. So he doesn't. So the spell will fizzle and it doesn't do two damage to me, and so I get to exile at least one card. So then Destructive Revelry fizzles. And we're gonna Celestial Purge the Ley Line. We can't play an on-curve Court Hussar. But we can play the Kami. The preemptive Kami. Next turn we'll play Court Hussar, hopefully getting a land. A basic land, hopefully. Hopefully a basic island. I really would like a basic island. Knowing that he has Blood Moon. So he's gonna Faithless Looting. I can take this stop off. And then he's playing Hollowed One. And then he's playing another Hollowed One, getting 2 Venge Runs on the battlefield. Wow. That is rough for me. I think I'm going to take the 9. Go down to 9. Because he's going to be doing a hell of a lot more damage next turn. As bad as it feels, I think that's the right play. Okay, so I can just Supreme Verdict now. He only has 1 card in hand. I think that's definitely a great... I mean, as much as I hate to not have the Kami effect, I think I'd rather have a Court Hussar in play after post-verdict. Make it a basic island, just in case he has the Blood Moon. No, we're gonna white, 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 blue. Supreme Verdict. If I attacked with Kami, he just blocks, so I don't think it's relevant. And then we can just pass the turn. I mean, I think I've effectively foiled... I mean, now I really regret not sacking the Kami and staying at 16 life, but I think it was the safer bet. So now he's going to Faithless Looting again. I got 2 hollowed ones and 2 Vengevines. If I can get the Sun Titan on curve, I'm definitely going to get back Tormod's Crypt. Wait. Does Tormod's Crypt exile? I guess it does. Exile all. Sacrifice Tormod's Crypt. Exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Oh, I think Leyline of the Void was still there. Still down when I did that. Ooh, now he has a Flame Wake Phoenix. Okay, I drew a Path Exile, which is pretty good for me. So we're going to play the Cortazar. Anticipate. I could take the land, but I could also take the Flicker Wisp. 2, 3, 4. This would give me a 5th land. I could even path to exile the Cortazar and then play Sun Titan. And then I could bring in Kami. And then having an effective means to Sun... Having Flicker Wisp with Sun Titan's really good though. I think I'm going to take the land. I'm also running out of time here, and it's not looking like I'm that close to winning. I don't know why he's holding priority there. I mean, hopefully he has more time than me. Hopefully I can win this game and not run out of time. It's looking pretty great for me right now. He has 4 cards in hand. Or no, I think he's about to discard down to 2. Choosing to discard. If he discards 2, the hollow one will cost 1, I think, right? 2 less for each card you cycled or discarded. Yeah, so Faithless Looting makes him effectively cost 1 mana. And he has a, like... 4 out of... He has 4 chances to get 2 out of 42. Yep, he has it. Okay. I think if I path in response, once the trigger resolves, I think that might be how it works. Hopefully that's how it works. But he might just get a Flame Wake Phoenix right now, which would be really bad for us. Because I can't block the flyer. Okay, it doesn't look like he got it. That's good. And then we get to play on curve Sun Titan. And he'll probably scoop to this. I mean, I would scoop to this. Could get a Flooded Strand, but I don't really want to lose more life, so I'm just going to get the Kami. Yep. Then get in there for 1. Alright. Kind of looking like we're in a really good position here. Can't really do anything, so I might as well F6. In case he does something crazy. I really don't see anything that he could do that would win him the game. Paying 2, he just paid life. Cycle Street Wraith. Oh, another one. Oh, he's shocked, I think. Okay. So now he can play a hollowed one for free if he wants. But he doesn't have it. So now I'm just going to start ghost quartering him. And then we'll move to combat, attack with everything, get the trigger, get the ghost quarterback. Use Sun Titan's ability, yes. Declare. Okay. He's down to 6. I hope he scoops. I think he'll just scoop to the next Sun Titan. Maybe I should hold the Sun Titan. I think I'm actually just going to hold the Sun Titan. I could have ghost quartered him again, but oh well. I think I'm going to hold the Sun Titan in case he does. I mean, I'm not very familiar with this deck. I haven't been playing Modern much lately, so. Okay, he's got a Blood Moon. Don't care. Okay, he's got a creature. Don't really care. And now I can just play the Sun Titan anyway. I may just still want to hold the Sun Titan. Yeah, I'm just going to hold the Sun Titan. I don't really need it. Just going to attack with the Sun Titan now. He'll block. He's forced to block. And then I gotta really hurry here, though. I guess I should have attacked with both of these, because he's forced to block the Sun Titan, and I could have got in there for 2 damage. But it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So I'm just going to 6. On his turn. He's going to play another one. I think he's trying to run me out of time. I think that's what he's doing. I think that's his game here. I'm going to play that. I'm not going to play into it, though. So now he has to block the Sun Titan and take 2. I should have done that last turn, but I didn't. Just my bad. Don't have any responses. Looks like he's going to have another creature. Is he going to attack? I was going to say, that would be kind of bad for him. Okay. Now we're going to do it again. And he dies now. So, yeah. Yeah, I think he was just trying to run me out of time. Well, we're 2-0 now. Feeling good. Alright, we're 2-0 and... Well, we won that game 2-1. We got 2 2-0s. Which feels better. Alright, found our match. Okay. Blackbird. Yes. This seems like a decent hand. I think I'll play it. Keep. It does only have 2 lands in it, which doesn't quite meet my curve. But I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm just going to shock, play Kami. Pass. I don't want to fetch because I'd rather have a higher chance of drawing a land. Higher probability. Okay, it looks like humans. Yep. And that's great because we have Kami of the False Hope already out. Okay, and we have a Path to Exile. And we're about to have a Lone Missionary. Okay. I don't think they're Blood Moon deck. So... I still think I'm going to get an island, or a Plains, though. Alright. Now we're good. I guess I can't attack and get in for one. That is definitely a thing I should do. Alright, he plays a Synchron Coast. Champion of Parish. It's a pretty damn good card. Okay, so he's definitely going to take the path here. So he gets the trigger. I think his best angle is take the Path to Exile. I may end up Phantasmal Imaging Kami. Yeah, he took the path. Which I'm not really that sad about that, to be honest. I could also, let's see, is it only non-creature, non-land? Yeah, so if I Phantasmal Image him, it won't really help me that much. And I didn't draw land, which really hurts. I think I'm going to attack with Lone Missionary here. Actually, no, I don't think I definitely don't think I am, because he could play the one that gives everything +1/+1, which would give his 1-drop +2/+2, making it a 4/4. Plus, he could attack with it with Noble Hierarch and pump it to 5. So I think I would want to block and keep my Kami up for his next more explosive turn. Mantis Rider. It's another flyer. I may end up sacking Kami. No, I definitely don't want to sack Kami this turn in case I want to Phantasmal Image it. So I'm going to take 4 in the air. He's not even going to attack with Flybooter. So I'm going to take 3. Which isn't terrible. Okay, I got a Plains, which is good for me. I think what I do, I think I Reflector Mage. He's not going to be able to play Kite Sail Freebooter next turn. So I think I Reflector Mage that back to his hand, and then get the path next turn path. Possibly play Phantasmal Image. And it kind of sucks because I think, oh no, it's under your control. I think this gives me 2 removal spells rather than 1, so I think this is better. I can Path to Exile that. Or I can Path to Exile the Mantis Rider. It's flying Vigilance Haste. I think I'd rather just trade a Flicker Wisp for it. Next turn, I'll be able to Path and Phantasmal Image, copying Reflector Mage. I'm not going to declare any attackers. I may sack Kami to not take any damage. He has 5 cards in hand, though. He can't play Flybooter this turn. Look at the top 4. You may reveal a creature with 2 horror. It's an M19 card, isn't it? Made this deck even better. Put the rest on the bottom in any order. Okay. I think I'm going to end up pathing the champion. Actually, I think I might end up pathing the Mantis Rider in case he's going to be bringing it for 7, looks like. But I feel like that's not the worst to come. I think I'm still going to sack Kami, though. I don't want to take 7 damage. I think next turn, it'll be a lot less damage because of what I'm going to be able to play. Wouldn't mind a land here. He's going to Phantasmal Image. Target. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't get Mangle or Reflector Mage bounce. Well, that would actually probably help me out in the long run. Okay. I don't know why he didn't do that beforehand to get another trigger on his human. Make it bigger. Maybe he was trying to bait the Kami. I think I'm definitely going to bounce this. Huh. I could try to Wall of Omens into a land. No. I'm going to path this. I guess I should have waited till end of next turn to path it, but to see what he has. But I think he'll play Kite Sail. The stack. Reflector Mage. Bounce that to his hand. He'll probably take Flicker Wisp with his Kite. Wait, he can't take Flicker Wisp. Never mind. I don't think I attack, because he can just block in. It does nothing. It accomplishes nothing. I think bouncing his 1-drop there was really effective. That's a really good card. When was that printed? Conflux? I think that's Conflux. So he's going to Reflector Mage my... Why are there 2 triggers on the stack? Okay. Yeah. So he's just going to kill my Phantasmal Image. Okay. Now he'll play that. I don't think he can get anything because it's only you choose non-creature. Yep. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. Think I can flicker next turn. I can Flicker Wisp the Reflector Mage. He's just gonna swing for 3 then. That way I have to take it, which is smart. I really want to draw into. I think I want to draw into a land here, and having a blocker is pretty good. I don't think instead of Flicker Wisping. I think I can Flicker Wisp something that is more important. Yep. So we got the land. Let's try for another one. Another Wall of Omens. Okay. I'm good with that. Not gonna attack. I'm wasting a lot of my time, which isn't good. I feel like this game could go a little while. So I need to start conserving it a little better. So it has a flyer that can do 1 damage. And then everything else can just be blocked by Wall of Omens. And Reflector Mage. Another. I still don't have a non-creature spell in my hand. In fact, my hand is exactly how you saw it last time. So he's gonna hit me for 1 in the air. And then what? Yeah, that's whatever. He's gonna play another one of those. I'd really love to D-sphere that right now. Does he have to? What did he reveal? Puts no cards into his hand? Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna play my land. Play Wall of Omens. Draw a card, and then I think I'm gonna play Court Hussar. I got a Path to Exile, which I don't care about right now. I'm just gonna load the board. Play a Court Hussar. Get an Anticipate. And another blocker. I think I want the Sun Titan. Because if I draw 1 more land, I'll get it. I can even Path to Exile one of my creatures if I absolutely have to. I'm not above doing that to get on curve. But I think I'm doing pretty good right now. If he plays another freebooter, he'll take the path, which isn't great for me, but I don't think he will. I don't think he has another one. Oh man, that's brutal. I think I'd honestly I think a D-sphere is sounding really good right now and just hitting all of those. I don't even think I care about the Militia Buglers right now. Because I have 3 Wall of Omens to block all of those. That one's also, that'd be probably the one I would want to path right now. But right now I have another Reflector Mage. I can target him with a Reflector Mage still. That's the one I was holding path for. He's going to swing in. He's going to swing in with 6. I don't care about blocking with Court Hussar. Oh, he's swinging in with everything. Block Source of 3. Source of 3. Source of 3. And then chump. Him taking that path to exile feels pretty bad. But I think I'll get his Thalia's. Let's see, I can play that and a Flicker Wisp. So I think I'm gonna play that and see what I draw. While Spreading Seas, his Cavern of Souls. I think I'm gonna take all the Spreading Seas out. Because he has a pretty good mana base. What? Oh no. I just got myself into trouble. Playing another one. I'm On the bright side, I can play Sun Titan. Oh, I'm at 3. I think I die now. Yeah, I can't block everything. I'll let him kill me. That Thalia's lieutenant was the draw to get for him. That's by far the best card in his deck. I should have just conceded to save time. Sometimes I just don't like being that douche. He worked pretty hard for this. I mean, I would have had a blocker. I would have had an extra blocker. If I had been able to play the Flicker Wisp, I could have Flicker Wisped this, bouncing this guy. Or bouncing this guy. And then pathing something. And then I could have pathed Athalia's lieutenant. And went on about my business. Then he would have had 2 flyers. I could have blocked 1 with Flicker Wisp, taken 2, went down to 1. And then I would have had 1 wall of omen to block each of these guys. That wouldn't have been there. Thalia's lieutenant wouldn't have been there. I think I actually would have lived if I'd have played my cards right there. And then played Sun Titan next turn and just played Kami. Wow. That was a really big slip up. Ghostly Prison is really good against this deck. Definitely want to take my counter spells out. They're just slow. And you can't really counter anything against his deck. I don't think Celestial Purge hits much. I think he could bring in enchant. I think he's definitely going to bring in, what's it called, against me? Rest in Peace. I don't think that really inconveniences him having a Rest in Peace out. I think I'm going to take out Mortar Pod. Or I may just take out Spreading Seas. I think I like Mortar Pod better than Spreading Seas here. Well, I don't know. I think if I can fuck with his mana base early, I think it would be good. So I'm gonna try this. See if I can draw some early mana hate. Yeah, I would definitely like to play first. Okay. I'm thinking about keeping this hand just because. And if I draw into the blue mana, I think it'll be a great hand for me. So we'll play this tapped, and then cast. I think if he plays, well, he can't play a freebooter next turn, but if he gets one turn 2, he'll take a Path or a D-Sphere. Hopefully not the D-Sphere, because I really like D-Sphere in this matchup, because he plays 4 of almost every creature in his deck, it seems like. Okay. Seems like they always get to play those turn 1. Lone Missionary. I think that's a worthy turn 2 play. I would have rather gotten a Wall of Omens there though. My hotspot disconnected. I'm gonna connect to that because my regular internet is lagging a lot. Alright. Okay. I lost a little bit of time too, which isn't the best. If he attacks next turn, I'll block. Which is good because he can't get in for one. Spreading seas would be pretty good. Only white. So he's not going to freebooter me. I didn't even know Thalia's Lieutenant was so small. Was a 2-drop. That's crazy. Okay. So he's got the triggers. This is going to become a 3-3, which really sucks. Oh no, yeah, it's a 3-3. And I think I'm going to take the 3. Another Path to Exile. I think I might just double path. Yeah, I'm going to do that and get in for 2. He's going to get some major lands. Well, now I can get in for 2. Anyway, so there's no reason to do it again. I think I want to just wait and see what he does to in order to path the other one. He's probably going to know I have a path though, since I'm not leaving one missionary up to block. If he freebooters me, he's tapping for red, blue, white, so he's in a Mantis Rider. I don't think I want to... Yeah, I think I'd rather just path him right now. The champion, because he's 4. Okay. And now we're only going to be taking 3. Definitely going to conserve my time here because the only way to win is to go to game 2. I didn't even know this deck played Aether Vial. Definitely makes sense though. So I'm going to tempo the hell out of him by getting an island, which kind of sucks for me, but not that much. And then playing Reflector Mage. Then getting his Mantis Rider. And then getting in for 2. Which is awesome. I feel like I'm winning this game. Especially with what I have. A booter would really hurt me right now, a free booter, but I don't think it's the end of the world, because he can either take D-Sphere or Path to Exile. I think Path to Exile, I think D-Sphere would be better for him to take, or at least for him, because he gets a land off Path to Exile. Horizon Canopy. Three mana. Okay, he's got the Bugler, which I don't care too much about, at least being on board, because I can block it with Reflector Mage. Unfortunately, he can also block my Lone Missionary. But I don't think tempoing is important. Ooh. I'm liking D-Sphere a lot more now. Oh, well. Let's see. Named. Let's see. Copy of any creature except. Okay. Okay. I could also desphere his Aether Vial. But I think I'm just going to desphere. Hit the Bugler. I don't want to hit the other one because it'll sack in response and then not get the other one. I don't even know if it's gonna get the other one because it could be still named Phantasmal Image. I don't know how that works. Okay, we got both of them, which is good for us. And then we're going to go to combat and 6. We're gonna hit him for 4 now. We're definitely. It's kind of crazy how we're winning this. So he can get a 1-drop in and block with it. Is he going to do that, though? No? Okay. Definitely good. On the end of his turn, we want to stop him. He's got another Cavern of Souls. He's drawing a lot of lands, which is okay with me. So he's going to replay the Mantis Rider. Then we'll let him go to combat. He's going to Aether Vial. Phantasmal Image. Get another Mantis Rider. So at this point, I think we're pathing the copy. Declare block step. Okay. And then we have a stop here, so we'll fetch. Get a basic to avoid taking damage. And then path the copy so he doesn't get a land. Then path the exile fizzles, thus not giving him a land. So now we're only taking 3. Unfortunately for me, Mantis Rider has Vigilance, which makes my combats difficult. Field of Ruin, not what I wanted to see. What? Okay. Let's go ahead and play the Court Hussar first. I think I want another Detention Sphere here, so I can de-sphere the Mantis Rider. Getting the Disenchant on the Aether Vial would have been good, but I don't really care too much about that. He only has 1 card in hand, so I don't think the Aether Vial really bothers me that much. So I'll play my land and just pass. He's going to get in for 3 again. Blue. Oh, he's going to sack the Horizon Canopy. So now he has 2 cards. I don't think he's going to up the Aether Vial because he has more creatures that are many more creatures that are 2 mana than are 3 mana. So, Champion. I hope he plays. Well, I don't hope he plays. I mean, it would be good if he played another Mantis Rider. I'd still be taking 6, but I'd be able to get them both. Oh, that is so bad for me. That is very incredibly bad for me. So he's going to be getting in for 4 here. There's really nothing I can do about that. Ugh. Oh, he's getting in for 5, yeah, because the Exalted and the counter, and he has something with Aether Vial. If it's a freebooter, I think we're dead. Meddling Mage. Okay. I've never seen that art for Meddling Mage. That's neat. And he's gonna say Sun Titan. He hasn't even seen me play Sun Titan, I don't think, but I guess he knows this deck. It's not that unpopular of a deck. Okay. Well, that was a great draw. I'm just gonna move to combat, swing with everything. See what he does. And then sweep him. He has 0 cards in hand, and I have a D-sphere in hand. He's gonna block here, and then take the 1. So I got in 1 damage. He probably knows exactly what I have. And then we'll leave up fake path mana. He can't do anything about it. Now he's passing to me. I think I'm gonna hold the disenchant. Just pass turn. I don't really care about his Aether Vial, because he already has whatever he could play with Aether Vial. He can simply play. Well, now I think I do wanna. No, he has 0 cards in hand. Kind of think I do want to disenchant the Aether Vial, just so I can start getting in with Kami and not have to worry about him flashing in. Hopefully I don't regret this. Hopefully he doesn't play like a Rest in Peace. Which really wouldn't even be the end of the world, but... I think we're stabilizing here. I need to conserve as much time for game 3 as possible, too. Looks like he's going to just pop the Horizon Canopy, try to get something else. Looks like he's got a land, maybe a Noble Hierarch. Yep, I think that's great for us. Another Supreme Verdict? Okay, so now we can just go, we can start clocking him. Ooh, he can clock me back for 1. I wasn't thinking about that. I feel like my top decks are better than his, though. Alright, he's playing a Thalia. I'm thinking of just board wiping. I don't think that's very advantageous for me, though. I think what I should do is leave Kami up next turn, wait to see what he plays, and then board wipe the next turn. So he gets the Exalted trigger. Okay. Okay. And then end of blocker step, we're going to sack Kami. And then 6. And then I think he's going to play another human. Yes? Maybe? A bugler, maybe? Yep. Okay. And a meddling mage. Sun Titan, please. I hope he plays Sun. Yep. Yep, now I'm just gonna Supreme Verdict again. And destroy all he's built. I stacked like everything. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Doesn't really matter. Alright. I think we're in a pretty good position for game 2. I'm really not liking how much time I have left though in game 3. Alright, Ghost Quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 plans. Okay, that's a meddling mage. And I guess he's gonna name Sun Titan again. Okay. In that case, we're gonna D-sphere. The meddling mage. Hit, yes. I'm also thinking about ghost quartering my own lands right now. But I'll do that on some other time. Selfless Spirit, that's not good for me. Wall of Omens is decent. Not, definitely not one of the worst draws I could have had. And then a Flicker Wisp. Okay. So I can Flicker Wisp. What is it doing? Okay. Flicker Wisp, target Wall of Omens. Okay. And then pass. I think he's going to swing with Selfless Spirit, forcing me to block. Or, well, actually, I don't think he will. I don't think he can. Play a land. Play Ghost Quarter. And I'm going to attack his mana base. I'm going to start with the Field of Ruin. Yes, he scooped. That's good. That's great. And then, I don't think there's any changes I want to make. You might be able to make an argument that the Mortar Pods do more than the Spreading Seas. Ojutai's command also might do more than the Spreading Seas. But I think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to keep it the way it is. I think I like it the way it was. I'm going to really hard press this game. Okay, we've got an early Spreading Seas, which is good, but we don't have blue mana. I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. Even worse. Okay, this hand I can definitely deal with. It's got an early Path and a Kami, which I'm going to put on top. Both really good cards against him. He's going to play the Horizon Candy, pay a life, play a Aether Vial. So in that case, I really don't want to lose 2, but I'm going to. Play the Kami, and then pass. Gotta really keep the F6 on. Keep my time usage to a minimum. Because this can turn out to be a grindy match. It's looking like I'm going to be able to go after his mana base a little bit here. So I think I'm going to hold on the path. I'm to attack with Kami because I don't think he blocks. And if he does, Kami becomes a removal spell, which I'm okay with. Then again, if he Aether Vials in something, that'll be really bad for me. Doesn't look like he's going to. Oh, no, he is. That's really bad for us. Okay. Well, that sucks for me. I was being greedy there. I shouldn't have done that. Could contribute to a game loss. Alright. He's draining his timer, which I like. Don't have the mana for the sweeper yet. Just draining away his timer, which I'm more than okay with. It's getting closer to my timer. Okay. He had a real hard decision there, I guess. Okay. I'm not done by then, baby. I'll stop. And finish afterwards. Okay. Meddling Mage, naming Path to Exile. That's gross. I could have, if he didn't. Okay. That's pretty gross. Because I totally would have pathed that. And now we're taking 4, which I could block with Kami or sack Kami, either one. Okay, now we have the mana to sweep next turn, which is really good for me. After I use the sweeper, I think I'm going to start going after his mana base, especially if he doesn't play any more lands. Then again, he has a Noble Hierarch, so it's probably not that important. I feel better spreading seizing the land. He's got a Thalia's Lieutenant. Oh man, we're going to take a lot of damage this turn. We're down to 6, and he still has 4 cards in hand, which is really bad for me. It looks like he's holding up Aether Vial to play around his sweeper too, which is also pretty bad for me. But on the bright side, I can Path to Exile whatever he gets off of that. Unfortunately, I can't do it this turn, so he could get in for some more damage. Yep. He's got a Mantis, okay, a Bugler, which is better than a Mantis Rider right now. Which I don't know. I think I'd rather take 3 and then be able to path it. He got a Gaddock Teague. I don't think Gaddock Teague really affects me that much. I don't really play sorceries that are over 4 mana. Or is it instants and sorceries, or is it? It may just be cards. I don't remember. I don't play against him much. I definitely. He didn't choose humans. Wow. Oh shit. That's bad for me. I kind of just want to draw another sweeper. Non-creature spells with converted mana cost 4 or greater can't be cast. So I can't cast Supreme Verdict with him on the board. Yeah, I definitely think he's going to win this game. Court Hussar might be a good answer here. Because I can path the Mantis Rider. Alright, come on now. I think I want the Spreading Seas here. Any order? And we're going to go ahead and 6. Pass our turn. Okay. Even if we do survive here, I feel like we're running out of time before we have a chance to win. Oh, never mind. I don't have enough blockers anyway. Yeah, it's just game. I definitely blocked this. Yeah. Then path and then take 2 and then lose. Yeah. So he got me. Humans is a really good deck, man. It is brutally good. I think I might have won that game if I had have not attacked with the Kami. Alright, yes, I would like to play first. Don't think I can keep this hand as much as I would like to. If I had another plains, I would keep it. If I had 2 lands, I would definitely keep it. Mulligan. This hand isn't much better. It's a 1-lander. I think with the scry I can keep it. Bottom that. Well, I really hope I'm not playing against humans again. That's really what made hope. I think I have a pretty good game against most other decks. Okay, he's playing another Faithful Looting deck. So this could be either Dredge or Pyromancer. Probably leaning towards Pyromancer though. Discarding another Faithful Looting and a Blood Crypt. So it could be Dredge. I'm gonna go ahead and play a Lone Missionary. Leaning more towards Pyromancer's Ascension right now. Yeah, he's Inquisitioning me. Looks like he'll take a Path to Exile. He could take Kami, but I think he'll take a Path to Exile. Path to Exile is better against him. Them, I should say. I think, well, no, I can't Field of Ruin any of his lands. I was going to say, I think I'm going to Field of Ruin, and then, but it's not a Ghost Quarter. It can't hit non-basics. So I'll just play a Kami, holding up a Path, and then move to combat, hit him for 2. I found that I have a pretty good matchup against this deck. So that's a Field of Ruin target. Aw, crap. That's disappointing. But it's okay. I'm going to Spreading Seas. I think the mountain. Then path is, well, I don't know if I want to even path. I think I do want to path before he gets any tokens out. Don't think he really has much he can do. He might, I guess, what's it called in response? Yeah, do something in response. And get a token. Okay. I think that's fine. Which I'm kind of... Okay, no, he still gets the land, which doesn't feel great. I probably should have waited till after I path to Spreading Seas as well. But this is also okay. I'm going to go to combat and hit him for 2. I don't really care about him hitting me for 1. If he wants to trade, that's fine. I don't really care about things being in my graveyard. I figured he would just take 2, which he did. Now he's going to Kolaghan's Command and make me discard a card. I think I'm going to discard the Hollowed Fountain. Because I want to Field of Ruin him next turn. That gives me a play. And now he's going to hit me for 1. Okay. When I have a Detention Sphere, I don't particularly want to use a Detention Sphere on... I don't really want to use a Detention Sphere on his token, though, so... We'll just wait. I'm not feeling the greatest about this game, though, because I'm kind of hell-bent, and... I mean, he's got me on a 22 turn clock now, so I'm not really that worried, but he's going to Kolaghan's Command and make me discard another card. Wow, that blows. And, okay, I like that play. I can Flicker Wisp, target the token. Do I care? Yeah, well, I already did it. I could have done the Spreading Seas and drawn a card, but I think I'd rather have just use it be a removal spell. Got a little tongue-tied there. And he has the Fatal Push. Maybe I would have rather had the draw. Yeah, I would have. Now he's got a Bedlam Reveler and a lot of cards in hand. He has 1 card, discarded the Thoughtseize. Yeah, Thoughtseize isn't relevant for him anymore. Definitely has the card advantage here. Well, that's not nothing. Can definitely Field of Ruin and mess up his land base a little more. Gonna be taking 3 next turn, possibly more. Probably more. Yeah, so he's going to get a Prowess trigger, so I'm taking at least 4 now. He'll probably run into a Bolt sometime around here, which would not be that great for me. He can't play Kolaghan's Command, which is good for me. He can't play Lingering Souls either. Well, unfortunately, I think I'm just going to do this. I could wait another turn, See if he plays a Lingering Souls. But yeah, it's looking like he's gonna play Lingering Souls next turn. He's gonna Faithless Looting. Kind of regretting Field of Ruining him so much. Instead of holding them and waiting till he got white sources. Well, he didn't do what I thought he was gonna do. Another Field of Ruin. What are the odds? So we'll cut him off of white, get another Plains, and then pass. I mean, it's kind of like a spell. Especially since he's not doing anything, and he still isn't doing anything. Now his only way to play Lingering Souls is to discard it. I'm feeling really good about this game now that I have a Mortar Pot out, because Mortar Pot is great against it's great against his Pyromancers, because I can just ping them down. So he's going to Fatal Push that, which I don't really care too much about. He got another white source, naturally. He's shocking. Bolt me, I guess. Play Bedlam Reveler. Which I have a blocker up right now, so I'm not too worried about it. That is not the card I wanted to draw. I'll just go ahead and fetch into it. Get a Prairie Stream. I probably should have gotten a tapped land, but it doesn't really matter. Definitely not going to attack. I'll definitely block the Bedlam Reveler. It's -2, -2. Well, in that case, in response, I'll just shoot him. And then take my 4. Ooh, and then he has a Lingering Souls. Just take my 5. And that'll be 5 next turn as well. Which feels pretty bad. Another Mortar Pod. Okay. So this is decent. Not the worst draw I could have gotten. So now what I would do, I think the correct play is to block Bedlam Reveler with the Germ and then shoot a Spirit down. Let's see what he plays on his main phase. He's going to Faithless Looting, which is okay with me. And then he's going to Fatal Push, targeting my Germ. So yeah, now I just shoot a Spirit down. And then say, good luck to you. Yeah, no, I can't do anything. Now he's playing a nut. He's flashing back Lingering Souls. So I'm going to take 7 here. And he's going to have lethal on board next turn. Oh, no. He had lethal in this turn. I didn't think I had 7 life. Weird. Okay. Anyway. So Celestial Purge, definitely a great card against him. Disenchant, because I think he's going to bring in Leyline of the Void. Ghostly Prison is great because of all of his tokens. Negate might even be good against all of his removal and card things. His discards, spells. I have to cut 8 cards, so I think I'm going to put the negates back. I think I'm also going to take out Spreading Seas. I don't think they're particularly effective against him. Even though he's a 3-color deck. Well, I don't know. I think removing his creatures and his threats is more valuable against him than his lands. Because he runs, I mean, they probably run Blood Moon, which means that they don't really care about Blood Mooning themselves. I think I can cut a Lone Missionary. I think Kami would be good here. Thinking about cutting a Flicker Wisp. Need to trim 2 more cards here. I think I want to keep the Ojutai's command. So I think I'm going to take out a Flicker Wisp. And I think Supreme Verdict's really good in this matchup. I could trim a Court Hussar. I think Court Hussar is a really great blocker. I could trim a Wall of Omens or a Sun Titan. I think I like Sun Titan too much to trim one in this matchup. I think I'm just going to trim a Wall of Omens. I don't think Wall of Omens is particularly great. Court Hussar is really good though because it can block Pyromancers and tokens without dying. First, yep. Okay, not a great opening hand, but a good one. I definitely like all the cards in my hand, so I'm going to keep. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten my Kami. Be willing to bet that he's deciding, yeah, he's going to mulligan, trying to get a Leyline of the Void. 4 cards. He mulled down to 4 cards. If one of them is Leyline of the Void, I think we're pretty happy. Or 5 cards. No, he was deciding whether to mulligan to 4 cards. Okay. I think I get a basic out of this. And play Kami. Because if I get another basic next turn, I can play Ghostly Prison on curve and another Kami next turn. And if I can't, then I just play it tapped and play another Kami next turn. It doesn't really impact me negatively. So he has a land. He's going to Inquisition me. Probably taking Ghostly Prison. He could take a path, but I think he'll take Ghostly Prison. Yep. Wonder if he had to read what it did. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Now I can play Kami. Get in for 1. Pass the turn. And then if he plays a Pyromancer this turn, I can path it. Which he's going to do. I need to put a stop on his instead. Crap. That's really annoying. But it's not actually that big of a deal, because I can just path. And then get in for 2. He's going to get his land, which ramps him, but not that much. I'll probably get a basic plains, maybe. Maybe he might not even run basic plains, I don't know. I'd be willing to bet that he has more hand destruction. Or he'll play more hand destruction. Should also not. Okay. He's gonna Molten Rain me? Never seen this deck run Molten Rain. and there's not much I can do about that. So if it gets really bad, I can path my own creature. He's got to stop on my upkeep, it looks like. It also looks like I'm able to Field of Ruin him right now and get a basic. Field of Ruin is just so good. I'll get a basic island to ensure that I can play Supreme Verdict if I draw another land. And then I'll attack for 2 again. Can't believe I'm really clocking him out this hard with 2 commies. But I'm kind of keeping everything off the... Okay, well, he Anger to the Gods me, which isn't the best for me. See if I can hit a land with Wall of Omens. I cannot. So then I'll end turn. If he plays a creature, if he plays a Bedlam Reveler, I have a path for it. Yep. So he's gonna Bedlam Reveler, get a bunch of cards. I think I'd rather wait though, even if I do draw the land next turn. I think I'd rather wait, chump with the Wall of Omens, and see what else he plays to sweep or to path. Okay, I like Flicker Wisp. Could draw me another land. Wall of Omens. Pass turn. Drew a Prairie Stream. So I think at this point I have a Flying Clock. So I want to block with the Wall of Omens. And then path his Bedlam Reveler next turn. If he even attacks. Oh, he's going to Thought Seize me. He may end up taking the Sweeper, but I don't think he will. He'll probably take the path here. Because it's strictly worse for me. I'm also kind of okay with the Thought Seize because he's doing 2 damage to himself. Shocking himself. Oh, that's really bad for me. It's not that terrible because I can easily clock that down with Flicker Wisp, but he has a Bolt for my Flicker Wisp, which is increasingly terrible. Now he's going to attack. I'm going to block with Wall of Omen. Ooh, Reflector Mage. Do I want a Wrath before I do that? Decisions. He knows I have a Wrath in hand, which means he's going to play around it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and dump the Wrath. I can't let Chandra get that. But she definitely won't be able to next turn. Or the turn after that. So I'm going to sweep. If he has the Lingering Souls and it's bad for me, I'll Reflector Mage one of them to death, which is still pretty good for me. I think I have a pretty favorable next turn, no matter what he does. I wish Reflector Mage could bounce his Chandra though. It would be so broken. So much more broken at least. Okay, so he's gonna make me. Oh, he's gonna return the Bedlam Reveler. That really sucks. Okay, I'm going to discard the Lone Missionary because I don't really need life gain as much as I need board presence. And if he plays the Bedlam Reveler, yeah, he's going to play the Bedlam Reveler. He definitely has enough mana. And he's going to discard his hand, which, whatever, he had the Lingering Souls. But I knew he wouldn't play the Lingering Souls until I wiped anyway. I didn't want him to get in unnecessary damage. And then he's going to Blood Moon me. And I don't really care too much about the Blood Moon. I still have... Ooh, I can disenchant, but no. Not doing that. Definitely going to bounce that and pass turn. And now he can't play it next turn, which is pretty good for me. But he can Lingering Souls this turn, which is really bad for me. He's going to exile. Man, Chandra's so good. He's going to exile the top card, which is a Pyromancer. And then he's going to Lingering Souls. These are all really bad things for me. Lone Missionary isn't the worst draw I could have gotten. Well, I'm going to keep up Reflector Mage as a blocker. And then if... I think I want to hold the Disenchant just in case he plays a Leyline of the Void. I just don't think he would. But if he does, it'd be bad for me. Oh, he got his emblem. That's really bad for me. Oh, that's really, really, really bad. I think I'm going to lose this game. Maybe I should have attacked Chandra forcing a bunch of blocks. Or I would have forced one block, I guess. Oh, that is disgusting. In response to that... Oh, it doesn't matter. And he has another Bedlam Reveler. Sometimes you just don't win. That's okay. We're still 2-2. We have one more game. And then that just kills me. Along with a plethora of... A slew of triggers. Well, we're 2-2 now. Definitely humbling me. I really just... what I really want to do is win more than I lose, so... If I win this game, I think I'll be happy. I definitely like this hand. This is a good hand. Good opener. Gonna definitely go for the turn 2 Wall of Omens. Let's see what we got here. Water Your Grave, looking like Grixis Death Shadow. Oh, okay. He's gonna take the path. This is my last game. Man, he's really taking a minute to decide. Taking the Wall of... Wow, he took the Wall of Omens. I'm actually really surprised. That might mean he doesn't have any creatures right now. Or he has a lot of creatures, either one. Either way, I'm going to play this tapped. And then pass the turn. And he's going to Thought Seize me, probably taking the path with a Verdict. The Verdict. So I definitely think he has a lot of creatures now.
Can I come sit and watch?
He's gonna Thoughtseize me again and take the path to exile. Oh no, he takes the Phantasmal Image. That's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna play my Flooded Strand. And in turn. I don't really have anything to do. I'd really rather wait on Reflector Mage until he plays a creature. So he's fetching. He's down to 12 already. He's going to shock again down to 10. Death Shadow would be relatively big right now. He's got a Gurmag Angler. Oh man, Reflector Mage feels really good against this. I'm going to fetch end of turn. Get a Hollowed Fountain tapped. And then go to my turn. Ooh, a Flicker Wisp. That goes really well with my Reflector Mage. So I'm going to Reflector Mage. And then I think Reflector Maging it over Pathing it is much better because he can't recast it because he doesn't have anything in his graveyard to delve it since it's 7 mana. And that'll go back to his hand, and he definitely can't play it next turn. And then I'll save the path for a Death Shadow if he has one. He's gonna Serum Visions. Looks like he's digging and trying to fill his graveyard to try and recast the Gurmag Angler that I bounced.
You doing any games today?
Yeah, I've won 2 out of the 4 that I've played so far. This one's looking pretty good for me. Oh, that hurts. I could Field of Ruin him right now. Question is, do I want to Field of Ruin him off of red? I think I want to Field of Ruin him off of red. Then again, he could have a red basic, which he probably does. But I'm going to do it anyway. This will fill his graveyard a little bit, but I don't care because I can Flicker Wisp my Reflector Mage and bounce his Gurmag Angler again. Then I'll just get a basic Plains. And now I have my Prairie Streams online, if I ever want to fetch those. And then I'll play Mortar Pod. And then I'll get the Germ, and then I'll swing in for 2. And then pass turn. Thought Scour. It's looking like he's going to be able to Gurmag Angler next turn. Yep, so he's going to recast the Gurmag Angler. And then pass turn. So now we still want to hold our path for a Death Shadow. Oh, I should have played the Flicker Wisp second main. That was a big mistake. Well, then again, he can just block. So actually, that's not true. Trigger target Reflector Mage. Exile until end of turn. And then we can't attack for any kind of damage. So we'll just pass turn. Can't attack. Don't want to attack. And then Reflector Mage will come back. Bounces Gurmag Angler. And now he's out of a graveyard again. That must be very frustrating for him. I think he was trying. I'm wondering if he's trying to bait the path with the Gurmag Angler so that he can play his Death Shadow. I've got a relatively good clock on him. Oh, he just conceded. Well, okay, that works too. So in this matchup, I think Ghostly Prisons are good because they tax his attacks. Huh?
Did you win?
The first game, yeah, of the match. So now I'm sideboarding. Tormind's Crypt could be good, but I don't think it's necessary. Definitely playing Celestial Purge. That's a really good card against him. I might even take the Ghostly Prisons out. I don't know if they're even that necessary. Let's try without the Ghostly Prisons, and we'll see how that goes. I think my amount of removal against him is going to be enough to beat him. Okay, we've got 2 lands. I think this is a good hand, so I'm going to keep it. He's deciding whether he's going to mulligan. Mulligans to 6. I'll keep mine. So he's going to go ahead and shock and then pass it to me. Oh, that's a great draw. I think I'm going to play this tapped because I want to play my Wall of Omens next turn, and it will enter tapped if I played it next turn. So I'd only have 1 mana, and I'd only be able to play him. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I'd rather get out of... And he's going to look at my hand and take a card from it. Okay. He'll probably take Detention Sphere. He could take Wall of Omens. Wall of Omens would be good to take because I'm looking for a land. But I'll still have a Lone Missionary to play. Yeah, he's going to take the Wall of Omens. It's smart. But I drew into a land anyway. And now we're going to play a Lone Missionary. And that'll give us some ways to wallop in some damage early before he plays his creatures. I don't even know if you're supposed to attack Death Shadow. I don't think it really matters though, in my case right now. I'm gonna play a Court Hussar or Anticipate on a stick. Stack the triggers. Let's see what I get. I think I'm liking a Spreading Seas the most out of those 3. Next turn I'll Spreading Seas probably his Swamp. Because I always have Field of Ruin. I'm going to help him on his mission to deal damage to himself. He's going to play Snapcaster and Thoughtseize me again. That's gross. Seems like he doesn't have a very good draw this time around. He's going to flashback with Thoughtseize. Okay. So I have a 4-drop to play, so I'm going to play Emeria probably. First, I think I'm going to attack. Taking 3 damage here for him is pretty bad. He took the Spreading Seas, which is odd. He's going to trade me, which I'm not extremely worried about. I think I'm gonna Flicker Wisp the Court Hussar. I'll lose the Court Hussar, but I'll gain a 3/1, which is a pretty decent clock, and I'll get to anticipate off of it. And then I'll play my land tapped. I don't care to play Kami this turn. Stack my triggers. I think I take the Ghost Quarter. Then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might just take the 6th land. Ghost Quarter is the 6th land, so I think I'll take the Ghost Quarter because it does more. I have all my colors as of right now. No. His deck is based around a card. It's a 1 mana card, and it's a 13/13. But it gets -1/-1 for your life total. So his whole deck is based around dealing damage to himself really quickly to get his life total low. It's a 13/13 minus your life total. So if you get it down to like 9 and then play it, it'll be a 4/4 for 1 mana. But see, now he has to. Now I have a creature that can do 3 damage to him. And he's at 9 health, so he has to kind of play around my damage. See, there it is. Yeah, it's a 13/13, and it gets -6/-6, where X is your life total. Well, he knows I have a detention sphere. And I don't think I want a detention sphere yet. In fact, I'm not even going to path. I'm going to wait and see if he plays another Death Shadow. Move to combat. And see, I'm going to hurt him now, and it's going to make this dude go up. Okay, he's going to terminate it. Now I might path the Death Shadow. Unless he decides to play another Death Shadow. I'm just going to take the 4. I don't think 4 is really much to me because I have 24. And then I'll be able to hit him for 1 next turn, which is perfectly fine with me. So I'm going to play the Spreading Seas first. I think I want to set him off. Well, that's stupid because it's going to make it blue. Should hit the Blood Crypt. It doesn't really matter though. I can't set him off of any one color. I got another detention sphere. I think I'm going to path and see if he has the Stubborn Denial. And he didn't, okay. But he did get another land out of it. And now I'm just going to attack for 1 and pass turn. I still have him on a clock, which I'm okay with because I have 2 removal spells in hand. Now a 3rd removal spell in hand. Don't think I'm going to Ghost Quarter him just because I can't cut him off of anything. Then again, he might not have any targets right now. But I'm just going to get in for 1. I have him on an 8-turn clock, or 7-turn clock now. This deck seems to have a really good matchup against Death Shadow. See what he's doing here. He's got 4 cards in hand. He's going to cast a Gurmag Angler. And I'm just going to put a stop on his end step. And then Celestial Purge it in the end of his turn. Which he could, so he might scoop to. It's entirely a possibility. I don't know why I tapped all those lands, but doesn't really matter. Alright. Yep. Take the stop off now. Okay. Field of Ruin. I'm trying to knock him off blue. I really wish I didn't Spreading Seas this. Well, then again, I kind of am glad I did. Let's see if he gets another blue source. Or if he fails to find. Looks like he failed to find. So now we can Field of Ruin. Targeting this land. Get our land. And that'll force him to fetch into a shock land if he wants to have blue mana. Which is another turn off of his clock. It's looking pretty good for us. It's looking like we're going to 2-0 Death Shadow. Okay, he's just passing. Okay, I'm gonna move to combat. Hit him for 1. And then next turn I'll have lethal with Flicker Wisp on the board. Then we'll go to second main. We'll take 1. And then I'll just Flicker Wisp this to untap it, I guess. Yeah, I think the correct play now is to just fetch both of his lands. So that he has the maximum possibility of drawing something that's going to help him. I think that what he did was correct. It's looking like he's just going to lose. I think I want to keep the Phantasmal Image in case he plays like a Death Shadow or something. Just because it seems pretty good. He has to be able to kill both these creatures. Or, well, no, he just has to kill the Flicker Wisp to survive. But he'll definitely have to kill Kami next turn. Okay, he has a Snapcaster. And then he's going to Terminate, I guess. Terminate the Flicker Wisp. And then block the Kami. Now I'm kind of wishing I had a Phantasmal Imaged the Flicker Wisp. But, it's okay. Is he going to take it? No, he's going to block it, yeah. Okay, so that was pretty good for him. Now I'm just going to... But I still have oodles of removal for whatever he plays. If he plays a Death Shadow, I'm just going to D-Sphere it. He knows I have a D-Sphere. So... He's going to hard cast a Street Wraith. That's interesting. That's a Sun Titan. I think I just play that. And then I'll get a Flicker Wisp. He'll probably scoop to this. No? Okay, then I'll get a Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp will enter. Click yes. Flicker Wisp will enter. And then I'll exile Sun Titan until end of turn. And then we'll pass turn. And then he'll come back in. I'll get another trigger. I think... Oh yeah, we'll get another Flicker Wisp. And then blink him again. And then he'll come in on his upkeep. And then I'll get something else. It's looking like, I think he's just gonna lose here. He'll probably scoop after he sees his Serum Visions. Yep, he scooped. Awesome. See, I went 3-2, so I got enough points to enter again. And I got a little treasure. Alright, well, I think this deck performed a lot better than it did in my previous iteration of it. I think I might tweak it a little bit. I might take out mortar pods because they seem to be the weak link right now. But I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Mash on that like button and see ya.